On Find the Right Road today, I'm going to review this 2020 Chevrolet Blazer RS. Some people have called it the Camaro SUV. Is that really true? And is it really worth the sticker of $51,000 for this model? Stick around to find out. For 2019, Chevy brought the Blazer name back on this vehicle. This is considered a mid-size SUV. So in Chevy's lineup, it slots between the Equinox, which is smaller than this vehicle, and the Traverse, which is larger and offers 3 rows of seating. It shares the same platform as the GMC Acadia. Now, as you can imagine, in a mid-size SUV is a very crowded market space. So some of the competitors to this Blazer RS would include the Ford Edge ST, the Volkswagen Atlas Crossport, the Hyundai Santa Fe, and the Honda Passport, just to name a few. Now, the entry-level model in the Blazer lineup is the L series, and the L is a front-wheel drive, can be purchased for as little as $30,000. When you get into the RS model, now you start at about $45,000 plus options, and that gets you the all-wheel drive. It gets you the 305 horsepower V6, which is what this model has. This RS has a number of options on it, which includes the dual Skyscape sunroof, which is a $1,595 option. It has 21-inch black aluminum rims on it. Those wheels were a $1,000 option. The bright blue metallic paint color was an option, which was $395. And then we also got the floor liner kit, which includes liners for the front seats, the rear seats on the floor, as well as in the trunk area. That was a $320 option.
The large option package this Blazer includes is called the Enhanced Convenience and Driver Confidence 2 package. In this package, you get the following: power tilt and telescopic steering column. You get memory settings for your driver's seat, your outside mirrors, and the steering wheel. You get what I think is a really cool feature, which is the rear camera mirror. So when your rear view mirror is in what I'll call the down position, you get a regular rear view mirror, just like any other vehicle. But when you flip it up, the mirror changes to a camera on the trunk. It gives a wider field of view and works both day and night. You get wireless cell phone charging just in front of your cup holders and your transmission lever. You get ventilated front seats and heated rear seats. The RS model, by the way, comes standard with heated front seats and heated steering wheel. You get adaptive cruise control, a following distance indicator, forward collision alert, enhanced automatic emergency braking, front pedestrian automatic braking, lane keep assist, and lane departure warning. You get a safety alert driver seat. So, for example, the vehicle senses you are backing into something. The seat portion of the driver's seat will vibrate to warn you that you're getting close to an object. You get the HD surround system. This gives you a 360-degree view of your vehicle and everything around it when, for example, you're backing into your garage. The system uses the front and rear cameras along with the cameras that are located on the underside of both side mirrors. You get IntelliBeam headlights. You push the button on the turn signal stalk and it turns on what is essentially an automatic high beam versus low beam system. So at night, the system will stay on low beams as long as it senses either oncoming headlights or the taillights of the vehicle in front of you. And I found the system worked really well. And the final item in the package is the Infotainment 3 Premium, and this is the premium Bose 8-speaker audio system. This upgrade provides a couple of additional speakers and a subwoofer. And all of these items are rolled into this one package for $3,575.
One of the standard features that comes in an RS model is the 8-inch HD touchscreen. And so you can see you have AM, FM, Sirius XM satellite radio. If I hit more, you notice Bluetooth is an option. So I can connect my iPhone or my Android cell phone. It's obviously CarPlay compatible and Android Auto compatible. And so it also has voice capability. So you can give it voice commands as well. All Chevy Blazers from the base model all the way up through the RS or the Premier trim levels all come with a 9-speed automatic transmission. Now beneath the transmission lever you'll see you have a button for the park assist as well as for your lane keeping assist, and then you have your driving mode dial. Right now it's in two-wheel drive, but if I turn the dial you'll notice that it will switch over to all-wheel drive. And then as you go around the dial, you'll see you have modes for sport mode, for off-roading, and for towing a trailer. In the center of your gauges is your driver information center. So right now it shows the speedometer, but as I scroll through the menu, and you do that by scrolling here on the right-hand side of your steering wheel, as I scroll through the menu, you'll notice you can pull up your trip odometer, which shows the average fuel economy and average speed for that trip. There's trip B. There's your fuel range and instant fuel economy. This gives you how much your oil life is remaining. This is where your tire pressures are. This is where your air filter life is at, a timer, and you're back to the speedometer. Now, as we look at the center area where your climate control system is, you'll notice obviously it has dual climate control, and right now it's set at 70 degrees. But you notice there's no buttons here in order to adjust what that temperature level is at. Well, that is actually accomplished using the vent. So this is actually a big dial. You notice it says blue, turn it to the left, which means colder. Red, turn it to the right for warmer. And you just turn that, and you notice that the number changes. And then if you want to close the vent, that's what this dial is in the center. You just turn that dial and the vent closes. And it operates the same way on the other side. You'll also notice while we're looking at this area that you get two USB ports. You get a standard USB and then you get a USB-C for newer cell phones. One of the other interesting design elements that Chevy decided to do with this vehicle is the glove box. So over here on the passenger side, obviously it has a large glove box, but you notice there is no handle for opening that glove box. And the reason for that is it is up on the dash up here. So you have to push this button in order for the glove box to open. Interesting choice. Just kind of a quirky item that Chevy came up with. I'm assuming, of course, it's not going to work if the battery's dead in the vehicle, but then again, not sure you need to get in your glove box when your battery's dead anyways. One of the design decisions that Chevy made about this vehicle, which I really like, and this is the driver's door, passenger door is very similar, is they designed it with two pockets. So you notice there's a small pocket up on top. So you go through that fast food drive-through and you got that leftover change. It's a great spot to toss your change. And then below it, of course, is your larger pocket where you can toss your bottle of water, for example, or in my wife's case, since this is her daily driver, she likes to put her compact umbrella in there. And so I thought that was a really nice design decision by Chevrolet. So I'm going to hop in the back seat and show you what the back seats are like. So I am 5'10", and as you can see, I have plenty of room for my knees. I have plenty of room for head clearance, especially with the power sunroof being, the shade being open. I will tell you that the seats are very comfortable. They have a reclining feature, so there is a handle on the side you can grab a hold of and recline the seat back and forwards. There's also a lever underneath that you can grab a hold of, and the seat will slide forward and back. And you notice it's split, so this seat moves separately from this one and the center portion. And then here in back, of course, you have two USB ports, a standard USB and then a USB-C for newer technology phones. You also have a power outlet here, which is a standard 120 volt, 150 watt max power outlet. You also have a flip down cup holders here if you need it. And of course, you have handles and lights here on the side that you can turn on as well.
The Blazer also has a touchless trunk release mechanism. It shines a Chevy symbol on the ground, you kick it with your foot, and as you can see, the trunk opens up so you can put your groceries in the back.
One of the interesting design elements of this vehicle is the headlights. Now, at first glance, when you look at this vehicle, you might think this is the headlight and this is your fog light, but you'd be wrong. This is actually your daytime running lamps, and this is actually where your headlight is. So it's kind of an interesting breakup of the two, where normally we see them combined together. Interesting decision made by Chevrolet. When the discussion comes up of whether the Blazer RS is the Camaro SUV or not, a lot of people refer to the front end of the vehicle. So if you compare the front grille in particular, or the entire front end of this vehicle to a Camaro, and I'll put up a picture of a Camaro now so that you can see the difference, you can tell that the grille pattern is very similar to what you see on a Camaro, which is why some people have kind of referred to this as the Camaro SUV. So what's it like to drive the 2020 Chevy Blazer RS? You know what? My wife leased this a couple of months ago as her daily driver. We put 3,400 miles on it, and we've both decided we really like it. So it's comfortable, it's somewhat sporty, having the 305 horsepower V6 in it. It's got good visibility, like the dash layout, the programmable gauges I enjoy. I like the rear view camera as a nice feature. It's got a good quality sound system. Certainly the heated and ventilated seats. You know, it has a lot of technology and a lot of the things that we like in a midsize SUV. So now, is it a Camaro SUV? That's a stretch. So it doesn't have enough power, it doesn't have the performance as far as handling is concerned, and things where I would consider this a Camaro SUV. It has the design cues that I talked about, especially on the front end, but other than that, it really is a different vehicle from a Camaro. Now, you want to call this a Camaro SUV? I can tell you what GM would need to do to make that happen. All they need to do is wedge a V8 under the hood, maybe 450 or 500 horsepower, upgrade the suspension, put in some sportier seats with better side bolstering, and now you're talking. Call it an SS model. That would be a Camaro SUV. Of course, the problem with that theory is now the price tag would jump to maybe 65 or 70 grand, and now you're at a price point you might have a hard time selling the vehicle. So do I think GM's going to do that? No, probably not. Now, as far as things that are missing in this vehicle that I'd like to have, there are three of them that come to mind. One is I was kind of surprised that heads-up display wasn't an option. It'd be a nice feature to have. It's available on a lot of different vehicles nowadays. Heck, I'm driving a 2007 Corvette that has heads-up display. It'd be nice to have the power retractable side mirrors. And then the third thing is something that's offered through their Cadillac lineup, which is called Super Cruise. And the Super Cruise system is their autonomous driving mode. Now, it's been offered for a couple of years in a couple of Cadillac models. I know there's plans for GM to roll it out through the rest of its product lineup at some point. I could see a day where this vehicle would have that available as an option. It's just too bad that in 2020 and 2021, it's not something that you'll be able to order. Other than those three things, I really can't think about anything I would change about the vehicle. So, as I said, it's sporty, it's fun to drive, it's certainly a great grocery getter or something to go back and forth to the office with or go on a long trip, certainly comfortable enough to do that. So, if you're in that midsize SUV market, I would definitely say you need to put it on your list and check it out. So that is my review of this 2020 Chevy Blazer RS. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button for me and consider subscribing to our channel to see other reviews and videos like this. want to thank you for joining me today. My name again is Tom Stroup. This has been Find the Right Road, and we'll see you next time.